special presentation of the Sim Racing Channel. Real racing, virtually.
What's going on, guys? How are you? Repeat back with you. And yes, I am actually back here with Turn Down for What and their truck series. God, I am so glad to be home. Yes, season number 3 now underway. Tonight's the kickoff race, Daytona International Raceway, the equivalent of their Daytona 500. God, it's great to be home. I definitely hope everybody that's out there just enjoyed the great broadcast from the Speed Race. I'm sorry, the Southeast Broadcaster, Southern Broadcasting Racing Network. Old Jeremy and all the guys over there do a phenomenal job week in and week out. So definitely hope you're sticking around. It's going to be a great time. Thanks again for joining here on the Roku channel, the Sim Racing Channel. Brand new venture by several people, several broadcasters, POV, league, community, club broadcasters, whether it's NASCAR, Dirt, F1, Indy, no matter what it is, this will be your 24-hour home. Welcome aboard. It looks like Chris Murphy actually just came on up here and took the fastest time in his ride. Let's kind of switch things up just a little bit. Let's bring you a little bit closer to these bad fast trucks, whether it's a Chevy, Ford, or Toyota. That's what we'll be seeing out here all night long. So far, Chris Murphy up there with a 52.39. Are a couple guys out here that have yet to qualify. How about we go catch up with last season's champion? I thought I just saw him a moment ago. Yeah, let's catch up with Jeff Arnold in this double deuce Shell Pennzoil Ford F-150. God, it's great to be home. Let's go ahead and actually switch things up just a little bit. Instead of the ticker, let's go ahead and bring up your full scoring pylon right now and show you how these guys will line up from top of the heap to the last straw on this stack of huge talent drivers that are here in Turn Down for What. Again, everybody, welcome. I am Pete Ruzick, better known as Repeat or Repeat 1975, depending on how long you've known me. And that's going to put J-Pod, Josh Arnold, at the top. What a great ride. How about this 78 now of Tyler Dohar, running some different colors. Normally you see him either in the Filter Time machine or others. But he's got some Mopar colors on the side of this number 78. Looking pretty good. You see him now, just now coming off of turn number 2. He's going to hit that back stretch. Just basically let that truck wash up towards that outside wall. Carry as much speed as you can down the back stretch. Do everything that you got to do. And that's exactly what you normally get out of Dohar. Everything that you can possibly do is what he does. Whether it's tires, fuel, whatever. If this man thinks he's got a shot at the W, if he's not junked somewhere in the middle, at the end, or at the beginning of a race, Tyler Dohar will think and work on any possible strategy to grab him that W. He's amid a lot of drivers, and tonight looks like so far we got about 28 of them. We'll have to see how that works out for Dohar. And Dohar goes to the top of the boards at the very last second of qualifying. There you see, we're going to turn 100 laps here around Daytona. It is the kickoff race, season number 3. Turn Down for What trucks. Welcome aboard one more time. Chris Murphy 07 again out there in chat. Thank you very much for the follow. We definitely appreciate it. Let's go ahead and clear all this out, and we're going to go ahead and pull up your grid. These are going to be how everybody lines up. We just saw Tyler Dohar go on up and grab the pole. He's going to have Josh Arnold to his outside. Behind Josh Arnold, let me go ahead and make sure I've got all my information here for you. Yeah, then we got Josh Arnold, then we got Pacey Wygant. Then we're going to have Bill Hales, Daniel Inman with Braden Holt to round out row number 3. Enrique Quinones, Q-Dog, actually get to talk about him one more time with Lloyd Gallahan to his outside for row 4. going to be Dale Rapp and Mike Campbell Jr. for row number 5. Row 6 is going to be Brad Rivers with Mike Allen. Behind these guys going to be Chris Murphy and Byron Jones in that Patriot Esports Deuce. Also got a big old TJ's team on the side. Got Chase McGuire and Joshua Roberts for row number 8. Row 9 is going to be Mike Campbell, oh, Papa Bear himself, in that 17. Actually, I could be wrong about that. That might be his son. With David Davis for in P18. P19 is going to be Robert Amaral with Charles Keller Jr., Mr. that is. Jeff Lednam, old Mike Honcho there with Kyle Taub for row P22, row number 11. Row 12 is going to be Brandon Pike and Jeff Jones. Jeff Jones, the name you know. Behind these guys, looks like it's going to be Gary Huffins, P25, in his number 51, with Nate Lehman, P26. P27 is going to be Cole Snyder. You can definitely look forward to watching that 24 work his way up through the field. And then Elric George, he's going to round out this field as they start to roll off of pit road. So again, 28 cars out here on track. This is the turn now for what? iRacing Truck Series live from Daytona International Raceway. And like I said, welcome aboard. Ordeer 62, thank you very much for the follow. Glad you can make it. Buckle in, grab yourself, or actually go grab yourself something to drink. Grab some popcorn, get buckled in. You're going to be in for some very, very fast action here from Daytona. We'll go ahead and empty that out one more time. We're going to get ready to go. But how about old Tyler Dohar? Let's go ahead and try to bring up some information about him right quick and kind of introduce you to the man. There we go. So yeah, Tyler Dohar out of Walbridge, Ohio. You see that Junior Motorsports shirt on him. He is a NASCAR Heat Pro League driver from Season 1 and Season 2. Yes, for Junior Motorsports. In fact, usually when he runs that 78 filter time machine, or 77 in some instances, it's actually with full sponsorship approval from Blake Koch and Dale Jr. So Tyler Dohar always out here doing a great job. Tonight he's gonna start from the pole. Usually we see him drop back just a little bit, save some gas, save some tire, do what he's got to do. Let's go ahead and clear that out, and we're gonna go green, green, green. Let's go racing. All right, let's see how they run. And let's go ahead and keep an eye on things. I mean, it's gonna be a phenomenal race. Cannot wait to actually get this one in the books. On the bottom, it's gonna be the 78 with Braden Holt in that 54 right behind. And then up top, you got Josh Arnold and Papa Bear Campbell. He's actually gonna rock to the outside. And I tell you what, you look at that bright green truck, you could not miss that thing even from space. Tyler Dohar right now with Pacey Wygett right behind him. Braden Holt up 3 spots. Josh Arnold up 3 spots. Thought he might have had enough to clear Dohar. Nope, not so much. He's going to come on down, pinch that truck to the inside, and they are still side by side for at least the first 6 rows. Look at this run. Whoa. Pacey Wygett thought for a second he might have had the 78 clear. Not so much, but now Pacey's got the 22. of J-Pod right in his back pocket. And you see the 54. He's also moved on up to the high side. And again, talking about Braden Holt as these cars come screaming on by. Oh, we just saw the 54 go for a big spin up towards the outside wall. That's definitely going to be quite a bit of an issue for Braden Holt, as you see him back here, and this truck absolutely looks junked. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, there are no fast repairs anymore in this series. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Let's actually see if we can't go back with Braden. I'm pretty sure that this is going to be off the front bumper of the Double Deuce, but let's go back up with him. Let's try that one more time. There we go. All right, so from Braden Holt. Braden Holt came down, cut right in front of Dohar. Yeah, I think that might have just been a last second, kind of a boom move. Dohar probably couldn't let up because he had somebody pushing him, and Braden Holt just went for a ride very, very fast to the outside wall. Again, a lot of damage to that number 54. Very unfortunate for him. Let's go ahead and bring it back live. All right, so we saw what happened right there. Let's go ahead and bring it back up with Pacey Wygents. It looks like he's actually going to bring that thing down pit road, and so are quite a few other people. If you just joined, again, big welcome. I am Pete Ruzick, also known as Repeat, and yeah, welcome to the Turn Down for What season number 3 opener from Daytona International Raceway. Welcome aboard. All right, so as we see, the 22 is going to try to go ahead and catch up to the pace truck. Let's see if we can't pull driver 22 in right quick and have a quick word with last season's champ. Josh Arnold, J-Pie, it is Pete up in a booth. It's glad to be back, seeing you at the front of this race. Those first few laps seem pretty dicey, some pretty heavy-handed pushing. How you feeling about this Double Deuce? So with about 10 laps in so far, sir.
Feels good, Pete. As always, here coming at the plate tracks. You know, I like to be out front here, because all the chaos happens in the back, but I think that happened right around me. Just really looking forward to seeing what I can do. I mean, you know, don't have a whole lot of friends around, so really just having to work it and get out here and go.
Yeah, that caution there, it looked like Braden Holt came on down in front of Tyler Dohar, and I don't think Tyler Dohar could really lift because he was being pushed pretty aggressively from behind, and Braden Holt ended up going up off of the 78's bumper. But man, I definitely it's great to see you out there, and I can officially say, champ, you go ahead, go get him. It's going to be a long season. Looking forward to maybe seeing you go back to back, sir.
Thank you, Pete. Watching your stream right now.
I
Can't
appreciate
wait
that.
I hope I talk to you later.
I hope so too. It's a long time coming, sir.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Good to have you back, man.
I'll get you back down with the rest of your Cold Dog Racing teammates. Go get them, sir.
Thank you.
You got it. All right, again, that is driver of that double deuce, old J-Pod, Josh Arnold. For all the guys that remember, back in the day, whether it's NAOR or anywhere else that he's ever been, and he's always seems to be able to keep a pretty tight-knit community around him as well. He's had the same band of friends racing with him, it seems like forever, and I was lucky enough to be among that group. So let's go ahead, let's get back racing right now. Green flag, back out. Coming to complete lap number 8, start lap number 9. Here we go. So yeah, how about Enrique Canones in that number 98, and he's got Byron Jones in that deuce, that TJ's team Patriot Esports machine right up his trumpet. And then there also you see Brad Rivers returning to turn down for what? Looks like Pacey Wygen, he wanted to try to get back up in the lead, kind of getting up there in front of the double deuce, now back down in front of that 71 of Mike Papa Bear Campbell, the owner and admin for several years now, between console and here on iRacing. The man does a great job with everything that he can do. Very, very fair, very consistent. And man, the guy loves his racing, and he doesn't only like to meet guys here on iRacing. He actually has a track meet channel in the Turn Down for What Discord to go out and meet me and Swats and Jeff Coe, old Stout Whiskey from back in the day, and several others. So man, it's just a very good all around guy, and man, I'm happy to be back home. Fanning out just a little bit. A couple trucks trying to avoid each other. 3 wide. Coming through the tri-oval just a little bit further back. They're going to be able to make that work. Tri-oval is actually pretty sketchy. Probably the sketchiest of places to go 3 wide, because everybody just lightly comes up off that yellow line coming through the tri-oval. And if you're in the wrong place wrong time, you get collected. Man, that is on you as these trucks come screaming on by. There you see J-Pod, Josh Arnold still in the lead on the high side, carrying all kinds of momentum up there. And yeah, I mean, this line of cars up top seems like they're doing pretty well. Enrique Canones, I tell you what, the guy does not get enough credit, in my book anyway, for being one hell of a pusher. The guy knows how to line it up. He knows how to carry just enough speed to that back bumper and push. He's not all kinds of herky-jerky on the wheel. He can give shoves anywhere around this track. If you show him that you can handle a push, he will push you. And that's exactly what you see right now with that double deuce right in front of him. Still on the bottom side, you see the double O of Pacey Wygant continuing to get a good old shove from Papa Bear. Brad Rivers back there, Lloyd Gallahan, Cole Snyder, Chase McGuire, and Kyle Taub. So far is your top 10. Let's go ahead and switch things up one more time so you don't have to wait for your favorite driver to scroll across the top. You'll actually be able to see him on the left-hand side with this scoring pylon. Let's go. Long line of cars on that bottom side, and so far it really has been the 22, the 00, and of course Tyler Dohar leading at least one or more laps. Dohar right now back in 21st. Might be trying to save just a little bit after starting on the pole. He's got Elric George in that number 40 right behind him. Elric George, I tell you, the man's also been around. I wasn't aware that he was actually racing here in the Turnout for What series. And actually, it turns out we've got even more than I originally thought. It looks like we've got 27 trucks out here, not just 25. Joshua Roberts and Braden Holt getting those late entries. And big thank you to the one and only Nate Lehman. Last season did very well in the trucks. This year decided to go ahead and park it. He's actually assisting the admins as an admin himself to assist from the NASCAR booth. He's helping out with penalties and making sure that cautions fly when they're supposed to. Doing a great job as always. Don't expect anything less from the man. All right, let's work our way back up front. Looks like Pacey Wygant has been able to get a great push from Mike Campbell on that bottom side, and was able to, I believe, go ahead and lead that lap. Pacey also very steady on that bottom side. As you see, no room between the 71 and that 00. It's going to be Pacey going into turns 3 and 4. From our digger cam, hear him scream. Off of 4, looks like the double deuce is up high with some momentum, but the 71 all over the back bumper of the 00. It looks like Pacey went ahead and certainly led that lap. Enrique Quinones still up high. The 84, you see him down here. That's going to be Lloyd Gallahan. With Byron Jones to his outside, Chase McGuire and more, as it looks like, I thought for a second there that J-Pop might have tried to duck to the inside. You might have just needed to get a little clean air to cool that motor. The 00 pulled up in front of the 22. Now you got the 84 pushing old Papa Bear. Mike Campbell to the lead. Go get it. Pacey's going to go ahead and fight back on the high side. See if he can go ahead and grab another lap led for Pacey. Let's show you his, let's kind of share the love. Let's kind of go through the field if we can, depending on how fast they switch up their positions. Let's introduce you to everybody, shall we? So we showed you Mike Campbell. There is Pacey Wygant. Just, he's turned out for What Truck Series driver. Nothing more, nothing less. We showed Josh Arnold's information out of Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Lloyd Gallahan. No information there. Chase McGuire. No info, just driver of the number 7. Byron Jones from Goodyear, Arizona. Yote King. Brandon Pike back here in this 62. And then we're going to have Cole Snyder from Whitehaven, Pennsylvania. Brad Rivers, we've talked about him from Ogdensburg, New York. And then Kyle Taub also out of Loxahatchee, Florida. I'll have to ask him where that is one of these days. Dale Rapp out here with Jeff Jones, also out of Goodyear, Arizona. In case you didn't catch the name, Byron Jones, Jeff Jones. Yeah, father and son duo out here in the Turned Out for What Truck Series, trying to get things done. Gary Huffman, no information, but how about Mike Campbell III? This is Papa Bear's son out of Michigan. Then Bill Hales out here from Mount Washington, Kentucky. Guy actually looks like he could be a real-life NASCAR driver. Mike Allen from Tom Hannock, New York. For a minute, I thought that said something completely different. Tyler Dohart out of Walbridge, Ohio. Brought his info up just a little bit earlier. Elric George. I know where he's from. He is the Clearwater Assassin. Man drives out of the middle of the Mediterranean. How about that? And then Chris Murphy a little bit further back out of Union, Washington. Jeff Lednum, Mike Honcho rather, out of Easton, Maryland. Drive through there. Daniel Inman with Charles Keller Jr., 30-year drag racer from Appleton. Have to ask him about that. Robert Amaral, a little bit further in the back, piloting this number 70. David Davis, also in this 77 Folgers machine out of Arnold, Missouri. Joshua Roberts on pit road from La Veda. I'm going to guess that's somewhere in California. And Braden Holt also out of it. He's from Terrell. And, of course, Nate Lehman, almost no introduction, out of Wichita, Kansas, and an 8th grade school teacher. All right, let's get back to the coverage and back up to the one and only Josh Arnold. Let's go. You see lap truck pulling out of the way. That is the greatest thing that Josh Arnold and the 84 and the 71, the 00 and the number 7 Hooters machine could have asked for, was for that truck to go on down and get out of the way, don't interfere with the race, and do his thing. But how about, Pop Bear, you told me, hey, you may want to check out the hood of my truck. Let's go ahead and see exactly what he's talking about. There you see him in that neon green machine that you could absolutely see from space. Turn down for what? iRacing series with me, old repeat, 1975 on the hood. So big thank you to Pop Bear for putting that scheme together. Yeah, you can definitely see that truck anywhere on this track at all. Again, if you are just joining, yeah, I am Repeat, if you didn't already recognize the voice. And I am back home with the Turn Down for What iRacing Truck Series Season 3 opener from Daytona International Raceway. Yeah, we got about 27 guys out here on track. Joshua Roberts and Braden Holt, they're on pit road. They're done for the evening. Very unfortunate, but there was one kind of an early caution right around lap number 7. During that time, Josh Arnold was leaving, saw all that happen in his rear view, and was able to watch it all rather than having to worry about it as that lap went on. So good job by him to be right place, right time. Unfortunate for others, the wrong place, wrong time. Again, big thank you to Racing Bandit C. Murphy and Ordeer62 for the follows recently. And again, welcome to the Turn Down for What iRacing Truck Series from Daytona. Season 3 underway. 22 laps underway to be exact. As Pop Bear Campbell up 22, really had to check up right there. Otherwise, that could have been kind of bad. Let's go ahead and widen this out so you can see what's going on. Switch up those cameras. Yeah, Josh Arnold really had to lift. Otherwise, I think Pop Bear might have been sent through the spin cycle. But good job by the Double Deuce. All last season, Josh Arnold, he didn't win a single race. But the man went on, and he just pointed everybody to death all season long. Went on and claimed the Season 2 championship without winning a single race. Very curious who's going to come on up, grab the very first season win. And if I'm not mistaken, I wasn't able to get a definitive answer from either KS Gaming 51 or Swatch that you'll see on Tuesday night. with their next gen series, and their season is definitely underway. I think this is a season where if you win, you're into the playoffs, as we start to see a couple of trucks peel off to go down pit road. So we had a quick caution on lap number 7. So that means that these guys are only able to get a good, maybe 18 laps of fuel, depending on how much they're able to save while in the draft. Of course, the people that are in the front, they're not able to save that much. They've got to go full bore. They've got to lead that train around in order to keep speed. And as we talk about keeping speed, look at this battle for the lead. Enrique Quinones on the bottom with Mike Papa Bear Campbell right behind. And on the outside, you got the deuce of Byron Jones with the 24 of Cole Snyder. Cole Snyder started all the way in the back. And I said, don't be surprised if you see this guy closer to the front within a very, very short amount of time. So it took just about 25 laps for the guys to get up there. This is the first time I'm actually seeing him up there. He could have been up there longer, but it looks like he's going to go ahead and drop down to that bottom line right in front of his teammate in that double deuce. And also, he's got Enrique Quinones right now leading the way. The only Cold Dog Racing non-driver or non-Cold Dog Racing driver on that bottom line in the top 5 is that 71. And 71 doing one hell of a job. Let's go ahead and pick up with Enrique right now. We'll have to see if he decides he's going to go ahead and peel off and go down pit road. Not this time. Able to save enough between the high side and the bottom side. He hasn't always been leading, so he was able to save a little bit of fuel. Whether it's behind the 71 or the double deuce or the deuce or any of these other guys that have led laps, he's been able to save just a little bit of fuel. What do you say we pick up with this 98? Go ahead and jump on board with him and see. Joe, a little squirrely there. Pop Bear had to check up just a moment. You saw the 98 kind of fishtail just a little bit, get a little sideways. But back on it. Let's go ahead and jump on board with him right now and see how he navigates this 2.5 mile super speedway from the start stripe. See quite a few trucks peeling off to come on down pit road. Right now, Dale Rapp is going to show in the lead, but just about every single one of those Cold Dog Racing trucks and some others just came down pit road. Great entry by everybody. I didn't see anybody have any real issues whatsoever. Let's go ahead and get back, widen this out a little bit so you can see exactly what's going on. But I mentioned that Dale Rapp and others, they stayed out on track. Let's catch up with the 21 right now of Chris Murphy up there. Chris Murphy with the 37 of Jeff Lednam, or Mike Honcho, as most people know him by. Dale Rapp, Gary Huffins, Tyler Dohar right now are your top 5. Tyler Dohar dropped back after that first caution, and you can imagine that he has saved a lot of fuel, and it looks like the rest of this band of drivers gonna come on down, carry as much speed as possible to the line, and man, what a great entrance. Nobody really seemed to have got loose or spun out or had any kind of issue, and they're all going to be able to address their pit box. And while they do, let's go ahead and pick back up with Josh Arnold and company. He's got the 16 right behind him. That's going to be Kyle Taub, Cole Snyder, Lloyd Gallahan, and Enrique Quinones as they come off of turn number 4. They should be able to pass all those that just came down pit road. And look at this line of trucks on the bottom, leaving just a few up high. That is what can happen in team communications. You see the 40 coming off. That's going to be Elric George. There's the 62, that 33, and others. They're all going to have to try to blend in somewhere. There you see Mike Concho, the 78 of Dohar, and the 21. So they're going to have to get back in line as soon as they possibly can. They don't want to lose too much time. The best thing that's happening for these guys, though, right now is their double file. And also these trucks, they can pick up or catch a snip of the draft pretty quick. 70 trying to get out of the way, slowing it up and blowing it up. That way he didn't wreck with 2 tires on the track and 2 tires on the apron. And everybody should be able to pull their way back up right now. Let's pick up on Byron Jones right now, running P number 3, up P2 right now. Since you just saw him get past the front nose of that double deuce, he's giving Brandon Pike in that 62 a shove for all he can, and yeah, doing a great job. There's only 5 trucks up on the high side, and a whole line on that bottom. 31 laps out of 100 are now in the, 30 laps out of 100 are now in the books. And so far, we've had one caution, one very early caution. It included a couple of guys, and they were not able to come on back out. But how about this? Working lap 31, Gary Huffins in the back running P16. That's up 9 spots from where he qualified. He just ran the fastest lap of the race at a 48.17. Tyler Dohar, 2 spots right in front of him, able to run a 48.18. So just a little bit faster, but still able to really barrel their way all the way around this 2.5-mile super speedway. Look at this, 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, as far as you can. Look, as far as in that shot anyway, at least the first 5 rows, all still side by side. Not single file anymore. That high side with 5 or 6 trucks, 5 trucks, has been able to keep up with the bottom. What that 62 of Kyle Taub really needs to do is to keep that double deuce pinned down to the bottom. You know, because if you run up high where he is, you're making the track bigger, which means you're adding time to your lap. So you want to be down just inside that seam. Keep your left side tires inside that seam, so you're keeping the track short, and you're not allowing to the double deuce or anybody else that might happen to be on the bottom to really move up. There you go. He might be listening and doing one hell of a job. Still, big pushes from the next 4 tracks on that high side, and as you can see, there's still a lot on the bottom. Got 3 or 4 trucks all the way in the back that have not quite been able to catch back up. It looks like you see the 21 of Chris Murphy, 78 of Dohar, the 37 of Lednam. That's going to be that pack. The pack that I was just talking about is going to be back here with Mike Allen, Dale Rapp, Elric George, Jeff Jones, and Daniel Inman. That's going to be your 5 back there. Going back up here, looks like the 62 of Pike. He's going to go ahead and try to take the lead. I saw it pop up for just a moment that he had, but able to stay right there. Still, whoa, maybe a little bit of an aggressive push by Byron Jones, kind of pushed that 62 up track just a little bit. But how about this run going into the corner? Right now the 62 is clear. Does he leave the deuce and come on down? Nope, not quite enough time. Byron Jones might have to let up, otherwise wreck that 62. Great job letting up. the way that truck was drifting back up, that could have been really, really bad. In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead and jump on board with Byron Jones sitting back here, P number 5. Kind of see what he's seeing out of his dash and how he's maneuvering all this traffic. Kerr, good to see you out there. Yeah, this league has been around for a lot of years. Some very, very good, clean drivers. Not necessarily, you know, all the biggest names that are in and around iRacing, but a band of friends and drivers that have been around for a very long time. I mean, let me see here. I thought I had most of their iRatings up. I guess maybe I took that down. But yeah, a lot of very clean racing out of this group. That double deuce up there in P number 1 won last season's championship just by pointing the rest of the field to it. He didn't win a single race, but when push came to shove, he won himself a championship here in the 3rd season of the Turn Down for What iRacing Truck Series. Tonight, as you can tell, as the name flashes by on the wall, live from Daytona. Let's go ahead and widen this out right now. Pop Bear going to go ahead and take it 3 wide. Got the deuce on the bottom. The 62 up high. Going to be able to clear him. And that's going to put Michael Campbell with the 62 still behind. And if the 62 can keep up, might actually be able to help him out. But right now, those are the only guys up on the high side. There are quite a few trucks just a little bit further back that might need a caution to come on out. One of the things that always happens with green flag pit stops is it separates the field. I'm sure you know Dohar and a few others in here, absolutely. But yeah, green flag pit stops usually separates the field, and as you can see, they've been able to catch up for the most part. But these guys still a little bit further in the back. Mike Allen, Alaric George, Dale Rapp, Jeff Jones, and Daniel Inman really just staying nose to tail, hoping that something will happen. And this number 88 Bass Pro Shop, driven by the one and only Mike Allen, will be able to get on up there and try to make some noise in the lead pack. Speaking of the lead pack, let's kind of get back up there. Looks like Mike Campbell is able to work his way back up on that high side. Maybe, packing some air on drivers on the inside and pull them back, which will propel him forward. Also called side drafting. A lot of everybody knows a lot about that. And yes, it is a thing here in iRacing. As you see him now get down on that 24, pull back up, and able to grab one more spot. So good job by Mike Campbell working his way through the field. The next up is going to be the 16 of Kyle Taub, as it looks like Pop Bear has a friend now with Brad Rivers in this 15 Haviland machine right behind him. And how about this? Pop Bear's going to go for the lead. Just a moment ago, he was about 10 trucks back on the high side, no help. Side drafted his way up back towards the front. Now he's got the 15 on being nice and friendly. Oh, I thought that was going to be a little bit of an issue getting into the right rear of the 71, but not so much. Again, big thank you and welcome to everybody that just joined. I am Repeat, and this is the Turn Down for What iRacing Truck Series Season 3 opening race live from Daytona. Whether you're out there watching on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Roku on the Sim Racing channel, welcome aboard. We are 41 laps into this 100-lap race, and there have been a few guys that have been able to get up there and lead at least one or more laps. You see Mike Campbell up there in that lime green truck. You can see from the International Space Station, as well as the double deuce of Josh Arnold. Byron Jones has led a lap. Enrique Quinones has led. Pacey Wygant has led. Tyler Dohar has led. So many different drivers have been able to get on up here and lead at least one of the races here. Lead one of the laps here from Daytona. They always say the plate tracks are the great equalizer. They're not kidding. Guys and gals, if you have a Roku TV or a Roku brick, please go on over, search under live channels I believe it's by hitting the home button, and type in the Sim Racing channel. Brand new channel that just launched last week, and it is 24-hour a day sim racing from many different streamers for leagues or communities or clubs, as well as several POV racers. As far as POV racers, you've got Bud Racing 88, you've got Blair Patterson, you've got Pujanowski, you've got league broadcasters like myself, Rick James, you've got Atlanta Racing, you've got KS Gaming 51, and so many others. Whether it's NASCAR, IndyCar, dirt, pro lights, midgets, Mazdas, whatever it is, you can catch it all here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And if you're joining it and you're watching now, thank you very much for coming out. Definitely appreciate you. Oh, by the way, for Roku users, very, very soon, the admins of the channel are doing everything that they can with the behind-the-scenes staff at Roku to make it to where you're actually able to chat back and forth, or be able to chat with me. Out there in chat, I was just talking to Jay Kerr, 3386. Before him, I saw Coey out there the other night, and we were talking to Josh Arnold. He said he was watching the stream. They're all able to put in a chat message into Twitch or YouTube or Facebook. You'll actually be able to do the same thing, hopefully in the very, very near future, to where I'm reading live messages from you on stream. And I cannot wait for that day to just add a few more and really just be able to converse. And I always thank everybody that comes out, hangs out, chats it up, keeps me company for each and every one of these races. If you can do that over on the Roku side, there'll be no exception whatsoever. All right, let's work our way back just a little bit, see where some of these other guys are on where they set. How about that number 7 Hooters machine for Chase McGuire? Looks like more people are going to come on down pit road right now, including that 62 that we were just on of Brandon Pike. And it looks like Bill Hales, he's going to come on down pit road as well, which means you can bet your bottom dollar very, very soon the 22, 71, the 16, the 98, and everybody else. They're going to have to come on down pit road as well, including that 2 of Byron Jones. He's been able to pit with... He's been able to pit with the rest of the J-Pop Militia, J-Pop Mafia, whatever you want to call it. Nowadays, just Cole Dog Racing. So let's see, everybody's still guiding their way along that yellow line. Nobody coming down pit road that time. We're going to stay out for just a little bit longer. And when you're swapping the lead back and forth, that's something that you're able to do. A lot of people think for restrictor plate racing, you are on the throttle all race long, and you're really not. You're actually maybe 75% on the throttle, but you're doing more lifting when you're in the pack than anything else. So you gotta you're able to save quite a bit. The only two people right now that are flat out are the 22 and the 71. They've got their foot smashed to the floor, and they are doing no lifting whatsoever. But everybody else behind them, it's all on the throttle, off the throttle, on the throttle, off the throttle, and so on. You see the 71 blinking just a little bit. Brad Rivers in that 15 got to be a little, whoa! Something happened right there with 71, got a little squirrely. I didn't see where Brad Rivers was on his bumper at all. Maybe just a little flick of the wheel for some reason or another. Getting closer and closer to halfway, as you see there on the scoring pylon. Working lap 48 out of 100. Here we go. Second round of green flag pit stops. 22 looks like he's going to be able to hold off 16. You see the 98 of Q-Dog really locking him up on the outside, and many more also coming on down. There is the Deuce. He was behind some of these guys, locking him up just a little bit. 98, 7 and company. 7 actually overshoots his pit, and he's got that right rear outside, so he's not going to be able to get fuel or gas or anything right there. He's going to have to wait as we start to see some people rolling back off. There you see the 16, 24, and company. But right now up front it's going to be Pacey Wygant and Lloyd Gallahan up at the front. These two yet to come on down pit road. The last time they were on pit road was lap number 27. So it shouldn't be long before they work their way. So far going to stay out. And, Pacey's going to go ahead and lead one more lap in that 00. Good for him. See Lloyd Gallahan right behind. A little bit further back is going to be Chris Murphy, Jeff Lednam, and Gary Huffins. Tyler Dohar also back here. Looks like he's got a little bit of front left damage. And Elric George back here in this Conway, number 40 also. All right, let's get back up front with Pacey. He's got to be coming on down pit road here pretty soon. There he is. There they come. So Pacey bringing Lloyd down pit road. Both of them trying to be as aggressive as possible before they get to that start stripe. Down to 55 mile an hour. Bring it to the attention of their crew. You know what? Let's actually stay right here with this 00 as he gets closer and closer to his pit box. This Mountain Dew 00. See if he actually does anything with tires as he locks them up. Does he have to back it up? Yes, he does. So that's actually going to cost him. Looks like he's going to go ahead and grab just fuel only since we didn't see the right sides pop up. I don't see through those. Don't see through there whether he had to do anything else. But yeah, going to come on back out. Right now, Chris Murphy with the 37 of Jeff Lednam. They have now inherited the lead. Once it's all said and done, it's going to come back to the 16 of Kyle Taub, Cole Snyder, and Byron Jones as Chris Murphy and Jeff Lednam work their way towards the 55 mile an hour commitment cone to come on down towards their pits here at Daytona. So let's see, 21 going to stop in his box. Yes, he is. And he's actually going to go ahead and take tires. Let's go ahead and pick back up. You see Tyler Dohar pitting. Let's go ahead and catch back up with our lead pack once they come on by, screaming on by, I should say. Those that are on pit road, you'll more than likely see them leaving pit road when these guys come screaming on by. Yep, there you see the 21 just on the apron. So Josh Arnold, he came in leading the pack. Now he finds himself back here about P4, P5 with Brad Rivers, Bill Hales, and Byron Jones up to P number 3 with a big old shove from that double deuce. Now, if you're Byron Jones and you know you've got 2 Cold Dog Racing teammates right in front of you, and you've got the 22 of Josh Arnold, the 3rd in that team, right behind you, what do? Do you pop out and run with Brad Rivers? Or do you go back just a little bit further, maybe pick up someone else and try to run with them? All right, guys and gals, while we got just a little bit of separation, I'm going to take a quick little commercial break, but I promise you we will be right back.
This is a special presentation of the Sim Racing Channel, Real Racing Virtually.
All right, like I promised, just right back, just enough time for me to go ahead and quench my thirst, grab a quick little drink, and bring get back here with all the action. So out there in chat, what do y'all think of the race so far? Definitely a bit broken right now. Working lap 55 of 100 here in the turn down for what iRacing Truck Series Season 3 opener from Daytona. Again, several people have been able to get on up there and lead. Right now, we're kind of focused on this lead pack from 1st to about 7th. All on that bottom line, being led around by the 16 of Kyle Taub, Cole Snyder, Byron Jones, Josh Arnold, Brad Rivers, Bill Hales, and that is going to be it. Bill Hill's actually back here in his number 53. He's got the 62 of Brandon Pike and Enrique Quinones as well. You see the 77 up high. That 77 is going to be David Davis. Right now, that was actually passing him by. He's back there in the 24th position. So Kyle Taub, he's been able to keep a lot of these guys at bay. It really hasn't looked like many of them have really tried to pull out a line, and that's because of the team. I would imagine is because of the team dynamic. There's a lot of Cold Dog Racing drivers up towards the front, and if Byron Jones or the 15 of Brad Rivers or Pike were to pull out a line, they would just stay nose to tail and not really race. They figure there's no reason to race right now. Only on lap 57 out of 100. We don't need to get up there and get racy. All we got to do is stay in line and guide our way around. Don't get too aggressive with the pushes, and we'll all be there when it's said and done, fighting it out for that win. I'm sure at that point there would be no team orders. Every man for himself. But I mentioned earlier that double deuce of Josh Arnold, J-Pop, he went all season long last season, season number 2, without getting a win. but was still able to point his way to a championship. So we'll have to see if he's going to go ahead and maybe knock one out of the park early with grabbing a W. Right now, sitting P4, definitely very possible for him. But we'll have to see if he can get it done early. Maybe get it done somewhere in the middle. Race 2, race 4, race 6. Who knows? But yeah, again, we are just now kicking this season off. A lot of different races yet to go. A lot of laps left to turn. And I'm looking forward to every single one of them. For any that don't know, I actually opened up the Turn Down for What series back on console when Mike Hamler, or Papa Bear, his gamer tag is, decided he was going to go ahead and open up a league of his own. Did that. A lot of guys filled up right quick, and a lot of them have really stuck with each other the entire time. And I don't expect anything will be changing anytime soon. Been kind of concentrating on that double deuce, waiting to see if he's had enough. You know, will he have enough just riding around behind the 2? You know, riding around in front of the 15. You see the 95 back there as well. Right now, that 95 of Jeff Jones, he's actually back in 18th. So he is a lap truck amongst, lead lap trucks. You see the one out there as well. That's Charles Keller. He's actually in 21st. As you see the 140 of Daniel Inman, he's going to go ahead and try to make something happen here. He's going to go ahead and try to get, I believe it's going to be get a lap back. Let's take a look. Up on the high side. Yeah, right now he's sitting P18, although he looks like he's really, really close. You saw Josh Arnold see that line was coming. He decided to come on up, and these guys have had enough riding. Move that 24. Now, Cole Snyder now to the front, getting on by the 16 of Kyle Cobb. Teammates, nose to tail one more time. Brad Rivers, the 140 of Inman, and several others. They got tired of just guiding their trucks around that line of butter between the track and the apron. You see the 15 on the bottom side is getting underneath the 22. 24 tries to come on down the block. No such luck. 15 just had too much momentum off a humongous push from the 16. We're back. We are back side by side. It seems like it was just a moment ago where I mentioned we were on lap 54. Now here we are on lap number 62 out of 100. And as the race goes on, I'll actually go ahead and pull up what your season will look like, and talk about the short tracks we're going to visit, talk about the road courses we're going to visit, including the Indy road course and such. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna see IRP this season. We're gonna travel around to a lot of different tracks. They're gonna test out everybody's ability. If you're gonna be a champion this year, just like J-Pod last year, you're going to have to be able to conquer every single kind of track and prove that you are amongst the best here in Turn Down for What. Jumping on board with Kyle Taub, as you see the that pace truck up on the top right-hand side. That's going to be that 77, excuse me, that 77 Folgers truck for David Davis, a new driver here with turn down for what? I don't recall ever talking about that driver in the past. Behind you see the 140. You also see the one back there as well. Driver number 1 is going to be Charles Keller Jr. Just trying to keep up with that 140. There you see the 40 on the bottom side as well. It's going to be Elric George. You see the 62. That was very, very strong up front earlier. That's going to be the driver that's actually in 5th place right now. Talking about the one and only Brandon Pike. So, yeah, the top 5, top 10 really spread out in this line of trucks. You know, right now, 1st through 3rd, you know, Cole Snyder, Josh Arnold, and Brad Rivers, they are 1st through 3rd on the track. Then you see Byron Jones, Kyle Taub rather, Byron Jones, and the 95, that looks like. 95 out here is actually Jeff Jones. He's in P18, but he's kind of split up between the driver in 5th and the driver in 6th of Enrique Quinones. Then you got Bill Hales back there in the 53 with some lap traffic right around him as well. So yeah, a lot of lead lap and lap down trucks, all very much intermixed. Let's get back up top with our leader and see exactly how the one and only Cole Snyder is doing. You know, we ran around with the 98 and the 22 and a couple of others. Let's actually jump on board with Cole Snyder and see what he's having to deal with that steering wheel as the 22 really gets up to that back bumper and about sends, if his tailpipe was back there, I'm sure that tailpipe would be shoved up just a little bit more, maybe put a little bit of a dent in that tailgate. Let's jump on board. All right, looks like round 3 of green flag pit stops well underway as we were kind of going through the field from their onboard 24, trying to whoa that thing up without getting into the side of Brad Rivers. Great save. It looked like he had to lock him up just a little bit. And, had to pull back to the left. Otherwise would have got into them. And as all these pit stops go underway, we just saw the 37 of Jeff Lednam go screaming on by with the 00 of Pacey Wygant and the 21 of Chris Murphy. So this is going to be our brand new top 3 with Gary Huffins P4 and Dale Rapp P5. Pop Bear says, I'm out. I must have missed something, Pop Bear. I didn't get any kind of notification saying that you were out. Hope everything's all right at home. Not quite sure what happened. Yeah, I didn't get any kind of notification that you had to park it. Again, definitely hope everything is all right. You definitely showed to have the motor in order to get on up there and stay up with the leaders. Due to incident, what did I miss? I didn't get a single notification that anybody had any kind of problem out there. Let's see. I'm looking. Guys and gals, I am looking to find out exactly what happened with Mike Campbell, old Papa Bear. Let's see what this is. Nope, that's you pulling down pit road, and that's the only thing that I've found. So, man, I am absolutely sorry to hear that. Let's go ahead and bring it back live as we just saw a few more trucks coming on down pit road. Incident with the 84. Yeah, I got nothing in the tools whatsoever about an incident between you and the 84. 84 being Lloyd Gallahan. I'm sorry to hear that. All right, there you see some others coming off pit road. Looks like Brad Rivers in that number 15. He came down P3 with the rest of this group. Looks like he had a pretty bad fast stop. Probably was the fastest getting to the commitment line, the fastest down pit road, keeping right at that 55-mile-an-hour mark. Got right to his pit board. Pit board fell on the hood. Was able to execute a great exit as well without speeding. And yeah, so lap 49 humped. After the race is over, I'll have to go back and watch. That's very, very unfortunate, sir. Yeah, you definitely had a very, very fast truck. And, buddy, thank you very much for my logo on the hood of that thing. I hope the people at the International Space Station loved that paint scheme, because I'm sure they were able to see it from way up there. That was like day glow meets neon green, and that truck absolutely rocked. You got to lead a few laps. You were able to push a couple people up there to the front. It was great to see you be aggressive with that 71 truck, Papa Bear, and I'm sure we'll see you back again next week. All right, again, so Brad Rivers leading, Josh Arnold P2, Byron Jones P3, Kyle Taub, and Cole Snyder's going to round out. Yeah, I bet it'll glow at night. Go ahead and round out your top 5. Enrique Quinones a little bit further back here with the 62 of Brandon Pike, able to really make some noise and get back up to P number 4. Combat Beast, that's actually a great question. I want to say maybe it's IRP. I'll have to double check the schedule unless Papa Bear knows where they're at next week. But Combat Buddy, it'd be great to see you out here. I think you would be a great fit for this series. I don't know what you normally do on Sunday nights if you're free or whatever, but I would absolutely vouch for you. No questions asked. You do a great job over in SRN. I think you'd be a good fit with a lot of these guys, and you probably remember a lot of these guys from NNR and from Turn Down for What, going back to console days. It'd be good to see you. Auto Clubs next week. Okay, there you go. So how about that 62 able to walk his way up, literally, to get to the outside of Bradley Rivers, and he's just been kind of doing what Papa Bear did earlier, side draft his way all the way up after a good pull from the rear. Pull on down, side draft just a little bit, pull the truck to the inside, back a little, and then accelerate your truck. So, yeah, it's a science, and at the same time, you really have to trust the people that you're around. Whether you're trying to side draft on the inside or on the outside, you've got to be able to trust the people that you're around, that they can hold the line. 62, he walked his way all the way up from the back to P number 3, and it'll be interesting to see if Brandon Pike is going to be able to hold on with these guys as he was earlier. He showed to have a pretty fast truck. The last time he pit was on 67, so he's right in with these guys. 25 laps to go, 24 next time at the line, and we are getting closer and closer to calling the very first race done here in season number 3 of the Turn Down for What iRacing Truck Series. Again, this from Daytona. I'm Repeat. Welcome aboard. I think I might have found it, Papa. I think I might have found it. Let's go ahead and check this out, guys and gals, right quick. Actually, let's wait and see what happens. Never mind. Yeah, actually, this 53 of Bill Hales and this 62 on the high side. This is not the 53 getting a lap back. This is actually for position, and 62's not letting up. Look at J-Paw all of a sudden get connection with the back of that 15 of Brad Rivers and shove. Going down into turn number 3. Top 2 said, they're going to try to get back up, but they've got too much separation where now the 22 and the 15, they are hard on the throttle, working their way around lap traffic. There you see Byron Jones sitting there in P number 3, going to get on down, protect that bottom line, and that's going to put 6 or 7 cars right back into a single file line. Let's see if anybody does like what the 62 did and try to rock it up the outside. In the meantime, let's see if this is what put Papa Bear back in the pits. Let's go. All right, so it looks like it is. Let's go ahead and rewind it a little bit. And let's go ahead and stop it. We're going to switch the camera angle right quick. Let's go chase mode with Papa. Actually, let's go far chase mode with Papa and go ahead and play it from here. So you see the C71 Mike Papa Bear Campbell was on the bottom side there in the middle line. And 84 just, actually a little bit of net code as well. But the 84 definitely went down below the yellow line and got a bit squirrely. Let's back that up one more time. And let's go ahead and play it from here. 84, he took the run. He probably could have let up, but yeah, definitely some net code. Would they have made contact anyway? It's probable, but nobody will know for sure. But definitely about a good foot or so of net code between that 71 and company. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back live. All right, so Brad Rivers continues to lead. Josh Arnold, Bill Hill, Brandon Pike, Kyle Taub, Enrique Canones, Cold Dog, old Cole Snyder. Not Cold Dog. Cole Snyder, Q-Dog a little bit further in the back. Byron Jones, Pacey Wygant, Jeff Lednam going to be your top 10. Let's go ahead and get rid of this ticker and bring our scoring pylon back up. 20 laps to go. Let's line them up, stack them up on top of each other, just the same as you see this row of about 8 or 9 trucks just screaming along. 19 laps to go here from Daytona, as Pop Bear put it out there in chat, going to Auto Club next week. So very, very, very fast 2-mile multi-groove, multi-lane track. And good news is, in case anybody out there hadn't already heard, they're not ripping up Auto Club. They're going to go ahead and leave it just as it is, and they're going to leave it at that 2-mile behemoth that it is. They're not going to rip it up and turn it into a short track, put condos on there, or do any of that. They're going to leave it exactly as is and let the racing resume. All right, so let's go ahead and actually check in with some of these other guys a little bit further back. So you saw that main pack, and here you see a pack of just about the same amount of drivers, maybe 1 or 2 more. Pacey Wygant in that 00 with Chris Murphy in the 21, 52 of Dale Rapp, Gary Huffins, Chase McGuire, Dan Inman, and Elric George back there in this 40. A couple more behind him. Charles Keller, Jeff Jones. Actually, Jeff Jones just a little bit further back, but there you see the one of Charles Keller, the 51 of trying to find him right now. 51 of Gary Huffins. So 51 of Gary Huffins kind of tail end Charlie in this second pack. And what they really need to do is just get the fastest guy, which Pacey Wygant is very, very fast. He can definitely hold a very steady line and do what he's got to do to try to pull this second pack up to the main pack. Jeff Lednam definitely knows how to push. Chris Murphy in that 21, he knows how to push and also how to lead. Then you see that 69 as well. So all kinds of great strength back here. They just need a little bit of a break. Again, that is one thing that happens with green flag pit stops on any super speedway. The crew always ends up getting broken up, and looks like we're going to have the start of green flag pit stops one more time. It looks like Tyler Dohar, Mike Allen, and others gonna work their way down pit road. Actually, it looks like Tyler Dohar, he is parked, being quite a few laps down. But Pop Bear, he said he's parked. Here is that 69 of Joshua Roberts. He's grabbing his last bit of fuel, and I imagine he won't take tires. It actually looks like the right side of that truck did go up, so he's going to go ahead and grab fuel. He's actually going to grab left side tires as well, and he's going to come on back out. Me personally, I'm not taking tires at Daytona or Talladega. I'm going to leave on what I need on, and only I'm going to keep on the oldest tires. Now, if I start to get loose or anything like that, I might think about it, but it's only going to be right sides, and I'm only going to take the amount of fuel that I need in order to make it to the end. Let's go ahead and pick up with our leaders: Brad Rivers, Bill Hales, Brandon Pike, Pacey Wygant, and company, all nose to tail. And it looks like Josh Arnold and others down pit road for their last green flag pit stop. You see the 24, Cole Snyder. He's going to get out just ahead of the 22. There's the 98. There's the deuce of Byron Jones, as well as the 16 of Kyle Taub. So I mentioned at the front, here are your top three coming on down pit road. Max speed to the line, get it woed up to 55 miles an hour. 53 of Bill Hales, as well as the 62, which I tell you, he's been very, very strong all night long. Brad Rivers right to his pit stop. Let's see if he does the same thing. I imagine fuel only was probably the word between him and those that just came down. Did he just stall it? I saw the right rear go and all of a sudden stop. Not quite sure what just happened there with the 15. You saw the rear tires go and then they stopped. Very odd. Not quite. I don't know if stalling a truck here on iRacing is the thing, but if it is, I think we just saw that happen for the first time. We'll have to maybe, if Brad Rivers is able to catch up, if that didn't cost him too much time, if he's able to catch up and ends up in the top 3, you might have to pull him in and see exactly what happened. But with all that going on, Pacey Wygant in this 00, the 21 to 37 and the 140, they're all up here now. So Pacey Wygant, Chris Murphy, Jeff Ledman, that is your top 3. But the last time they pit was on lap 71. Everybody else that we're seeing go down pit road is on lap 85. 13 laps to go. They should be good to go to the end. None of these guys going to go ahead and peel off this time. Going to go ahead and stay out at least one more time. And yet, I tell you, Pacey Wygant, he can race. The guy's very strong. Anybody that's out there, if you go back and you think about the days of NNR on console, Pacey Wygant was NNR God power, and the man knows how to get it done. I was very happy to see when he announced that he had made the move over to iRacing. Also, the father of a brand new baby girl. And, yeah, I mean, everything's just going right for Pacey. And as you see, here at Daytona, in the season opener race for turn down for what? For season number 3. Leading laps as well in that Mountain Dew 00. And it looks like he's got a couple of good buddies to stick right with him. And we'll have to see, though, how much time are they actually able to keep on the 22 and company, which are just a little bit further back. You just saw the 51 with those guys a little bit further back in line. So Cole Snyder was actually able to edge out the 22, and these guys are a good bit off, actually 28 seconds behind. So Pacey, Chris Murphy, and Jeff Lednam, they really need to make sure that they are pushing for all it's worth in order to stay fast. They got to get trucks like the one out of their way. See, the one should have gone high to get out of the way, not be right in the line of the leaders. That actually made the 37 go ahead and check up. And it also made everybody else that was right behind him that hasn't been around a whole lot of traffic check up as well. I mean, is the one possibly in a little bit of a battle there with some of the guys that's in that pack? Sure, for being one or more laps down. But at the same time, you got to let the leaders go. As you see there on the scoring pylon, it's showing you who is up or down. And it looks like right now the 40 of Elric George would be the first truck one lap down. So that one, actually there is the 40 right behind the 37 of Jeff Lednam. So the one truck was in a battle for being the first truck one lap down, because yeah, there it is. Elric George now is the first truck. McGuire's on pit road, so that was a battle for being the first truck one lap down for that lucky dog spot if a caution was to fly. Now working lap 91, 9 laps to go to complete all 100 laps here from Daytona in the turn down for what iRacing Season 3 Truck Series season opener. Try saying that fast 5 times. So you can imagine everybody's going to come on down pit road and just grab fuel as Pacey goes ahead and he's going to try to lock him up. There's the 52, the 21, the 37. Let's see, does Pacey take fuel only? That would be my call. That's what I'd be telling the 37. That's what I'd be telling the 52. Fuel only. Get in, get out, get gone as quickly as you possibly can so you don't lose too much time. There they are. There they are. There they come. All right, so he's gonna have the 21 right behind him, and we'll have to see what happens. So far, it's saying that Pacey is still the leader, but you can bet that Cole Snyder and company, here they come on the outside. Pacey and the 21, they should be able to catch tail end of this and maybe have a chance to pull themselves up and battle for a spot. We'll have to see. Actually, let's go ahead and jump on board with Pacey Wygant right now and see what's going on. White Walker out there in chat. Pete, what's up? Just got home. How's the racing going? Racing is doing fine, Swats. Definitely glad you asked. Glad you're out there. Right now, Cole Snyder leading. Pacey Wygant just came down pit road for his last fuel stop. He really needs to get that 21 on his back bumper and shove for all it's worth. A little bit of a gap right now between these two. Pacey, I don't think you can see the back end of the of that pack anymore. Nope, they are gone. So Pacey led some laps, just not going to be able to have the speed needed to stay up with these guys. They're just too far ahead. Yes, Snyder going for another super speedway win in turn down for what? Leading P1, Cole's Josh Arnold right behind. Enrique Quinones, Kyle Taub, Byron Jones going to be your top 5. Bill Hales, Brandon Pike, Pacey Wygant, Chris Murphy, Dale Rapp, Gary Huffins, and Jeff Lednam. So now you see them up there double wide in the back. That is about Pacey Wygant's only hope, is for something to happen and try to do something with it. But he's going to have the draft from these guys if he goes up to the high side. But if he does that, does the 21 that's now all over his back bumper, does he go with him? Will that give those guys enough of a boost to try to get on up there and do something with it? Now that you got the 52, the 51, and the 37 of Mike Honcho or Jeff Lednam back there, can they get up there and compete? A launch down to the bottom side after getting a little bit of a draft. Everybody going to be able to stay with them. They need that launch to try to catch back up. I don't think they're going to have enough time. The view is actually looks like it stayed the same even with that little bit of draft help. Let's go ahead and pull it back up top with Cole Snyder, Josh Arnold, and company as they're now closing down 5 laps remaining. Yes, Watts, I agree with you. Pacey and Murphy and teammates should work together. Need to work with Byron. Byron right now is sitting in P number 5 in his TJ's team, Patriot Esports Chevy Silverado. I tell you what, this guy, he's had some luck running this scheme. It's good to see him back out here. Did really, really well in, I believe he got a top 10 at Chicagoland in the Sim Racing Channel season opening race, or channel opening race. And then just a few nights ago, did very well. Got, I believe it was a P2. No, it was also another top 10 in this same truck from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So Byron Jones doing everything that he can to salvage a great race. Basically just waiting for these laps to wind down. Then I imagine he's going to get all over the back end of the 16 of Hales and push and push and push and probably not let up. We'll have to see if the 98 of Enrique Quinones does the same thing. Does he jump to the outside of the double deuce? Does the double deuce pull to the outside of the 24 and try to take that spot from his Cold Dog Racing teammate? Who knows? But even these guys a little bit further in the back, talking about Bill Hales and Brandon Pike in this 62. These guys got a shot at the W also. 3 laps to go here from Daytona. Definitely want to thank everybody that's out there in chat for coming out, hanging out, chatting it up, keeping me and each other company, whether you're watching on Twitch, on YouTube, on Facebook, or the brand new Sim Racing channel over on Roku TV. Welcome aboard one more time. Closing down the end of lap number 3, the end of this 2.5 mile trip around Daytona International Raceway, about to be complete. Going to start lap number 2, 62, looking to see if he can get up to the high side. So far, it looks like the 53 came on up. Here comes Kyle Taub as well. More and more going to jump to the high side. They said, I want a shot at this W. 53 left the back bumper of the 16. He's not going to have any run. 53 is going to pull back down low. Now the 62, he's been bad fast all night long. He's been able to side draft his way to the lead many times. Now he's to the outside of Byron Jones. Byron, he's going to have to hook up with that 98 and really shove. That way the 98 can stay right behind the double deuce of Josh Arnold. 4, 5 trucks on the bottom. 2 up high. The 2 have no help, but the 62, again, he's great at side drafting. He went from about P9 to the lead earlier. You see him duck down. Byron Jones saw that and ducked down as well. Said, you're not using me as your scapegoat. Inside, final lap. The final lap here, 24, 22, 98, 62 to the outside of the 2. Who grabs the W? Who is going to be victorious? Look at the 22 all over the back end of the 24 going down the back stretch. Who's it going to be? Cole! Will it be the double deuce? Who's it going to be? All kinds of jockeying for position. 62 to the outside. Will it be a marvelous wreck at the end? 22 up on the high side. 24 is going to come up and try to block. It's going to be at the line. Beating and banging. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Q-Dog, Enrique Quinones goes ahead and grabs himself a season-opening win. 22's on his lid. 24's on the inside wall. Byron Jones, P2, and Brandon Pike brings home P number 3. Wow, Stan the iRacer, absolutely wow. Wow, wow, wow. It's literally all you can really say. Byron Jones going to go ahead and give a little celebratory donut to the passenger side of that 98 and say, man, well done, well done. So 98, he's going to go on over to victory lane. He's going to go ahead and burn him down, celebrate as he should. Everybody else will peel off and leave him to his graces and let him go. Yeah, Byron was absolutely close. You got that right. Go ahead, Q-Dog. The floor is yours. Burn him down. Stan the iRacer, thank you very much for the 98 bits. To cheer for driver 98, Enrique Quinones, better known for years and years past as Q-Dog. Let's go. Oh, the motor blew. No, it did not. The motor blew on Q-Dog's truck as he came back to the start stripe. How about that? Wow. Hey, there you go. But yeah, let's go ahead and bring up your finishing order right now and show you where everybody got it done. Let's see. So again, Enrique Quinones, Byron Jones, Brandon Pike, P3. So we'll be talking to those guys here in just a moment. Bill Hales, Kyle Taub, Cole Snyder, with Josh Arnold, Pacey Wygant, Gary Huffins, Jeff Lednam, Chris Murphy, Dale Rapp, Brad Rivers in that 15 that showed a lot of strength all race long. Then we got Chase McGuire, Daniel Inman, Elric George, Charles Keller, Jeff Jones going to round out your top 18. Behind these guys, you've got Tyler Dohar, Mike Allen, David Davis, Lloyd Gallahan, Robert Amaral, Joshua Roberts, Mike Campbell III, Braden Holt, and big thank you to Nathan Lehman up in the control tower all night long. As always, does a phenomenal job. All right, guys and gals, we're going to take a quick little break here. You guys enjoy the sights and sounds and the views around Daytona, and I will be right back. I promise. I'll go ahead and bring you back up to the top of the running order. That way you can kind of look for your highest running finishing drivers. All right, how about this? Since White Walker is out there asking if I can replay the finish, let's see if we can actually show the replay. Let's go ahead and clear all this, and let's take a look. White flag, checkered flag. Dale fan says congratulations to the 98 on the win. Let's see if we can go back here. All right, let's go ahead and get back to the 22 of, where is the 22 of Josh Arnold? There he is. And let's go ahead and rewind that. All right, let's go ahead and stop it. Let's go ahead and switch up cameras right quick. And how about we go, let's go TV1. Up close, impersonal, and in your face. Let's go. Contact, and yeah. So how about that? Look at J-Paw sliding across the start stripe on his hood, or on his roof. How about that? Stan the iRacer, cheers 22 bits to Josh Arnold. Maybe help him pay for the cost of that very, very expensive truck that'll have to replace before heading to Auto Club next week. But again, guys, let's go ahead and bring it back live. That was your finish, in case you missed it the first time. All right, we got our top three up here in the booth. We're going to start off with Brandon Pike, driver of the 62. We'll talk about that wreck. We'll talk about his very, very strong run, his ability to use the side draft to his benefit, and move on. So Brandon Pike gets repeat up in the booth. Buddy, you got a quick copy for us?
Hey, I got you, man.
All right, bud. Well, yeah, that's 62. We saw it up front. We saw it in the back. We saw it leading laps. But there was one hellacious run that you got, and you got a little bit of a little bit of a draft. You pulled up to the outside, and I saw you picking off cars on the inside, pulling them back, pulling yourself forward, and you actually went on up there and led a lap in your own lane. Talk us through your race, that wreck at the end, this finish, and those skills you got, man.
Yeah, man, that side draft was coming into play real good at this race. At the end, I was just trying to do whatever I could to try to get up there. I knew at the end I had the car behind me. He was pushing real hard, so it was giving me everything I can do just to keep it straight with how he was pushing me. And we're working up there, and I seen just right before the finish line, I seen somebody got sideways and seen that they were coming into me, so I just laid into the gas and hope and prayed that truck would stay straight where I could at least get third place finish out of it.
Well, man, you did just that, and it was a great finish. You know, typical Daytona International Raceway finish where we're seeing trucks in the air, we're seeing trucks on their roof, and we're seeing our top finishers cross that start stripe. Some unscathed, some some clean as a whistle. But man, congratulations on this top three. I believe this is your first race here in Turn Down for What? I don't recall the name. I apologize if I'm wrong. But man, any quick friends, family, sponsors you want to get out there before we go to Auto Club next week?
I'd like to thank my wife Alyssa for watching me, and we just had a new baby, and he's laying in his crib right now, and he usually watches the races with me on Sunday, so he's sleeping right now though.
Well, man, congratulations. That's awesome. Hell yeah,
Thank
dude.
you.
Go you. And you said your wife's name is Alyssa?
Yes,
Congratulate her as well.
I will.
There you go. There you go. You know, it's interesting. There's a guy that's actually up in the control tower, and anytime he ever made it to the podium, he would always say, "I got to thank my beautiful wife for this." So there you go. You're starting off on the right foot. There you go.
That's good for me. I gotta keep her happy. Happy wife, happy life.
Happy spouse, happy house. You got it. All right, let's go ahead. Sorry.
All right, thank you, man.
You got it. All right, let's move on up. Driver P number 2 in that Patriot Esports. TJ's team, Silverado, Byron Jones. I tell you, Byron, you stayed up with the my smoking hot wife, absolutely. You stayed up with the Cold Dog Racing guys. Saw your dad out there. Saw Josh Robertson and a few others. What kind of communication did you have with the pack you were in order to know when they were pitting? Was it reactionary? And what do you think about that finish, coming across the stripe?
Oh, man, I tell you what, since getting this desktop, it's definitely helped me out a lot more. Being able to see a lot of what's happening, but I had little to no communication with the CDR crew. Right there at the end, man, I backed up, just starting to relax myself, say, hey, you know what? I might as well back up, stay with them. They're always the fast ones, and when they do come down pit road, it's spontaneous. So I just got to be prepared for that when that happens. I really thought my night was going to end very, very early on when that big wreck happened, but I was able to escape it just by a little bit and then kept my nose clean for the rest of the race. Huge shout out to the CDR crew. They were out there racing side by side, very clean, and congrats to Q as well on the win. And at the end, man, I felt like I had somewhat of a contribution into that wreck. I was pushing Q as much as I can. I think I got him a little bit too loose and threw him right into the 62 and the 24. So if so, I want to extend my apologies out to J-Paw, out to Cold Dog, out to everybody else, man. That is not how I wanted to finish the race.
Hey man, last lap coming to the line, you're right behind the guy, that's right behind a guy, and you're doing everything that you can for a position. I would like to think everybody knows you out there. A couple short races ago, you had the option of trying to wreck somebody in order to grab the W. You chose the high ground. You chose the route of integrity. And, man, I don't doubt it whatsoever. Congratulations on this P2, Byron. It's great to see you moving up in every single league that you race in. Any quick friends, family, or sponsors that you want to get out there again, and then tell me what if you're looking forward to Auto Club next week.
Oh, is that even a question about Auto Club? I mean, I just finished P2 in the next gens. I am pumped for this one. I'm hoping it's going to turn out about the same way, if not even better. But I got to give a shout out, of course, to you for putting this team together, creating Patriot Esports, allowing me to be a part of this. More than a cape, of course, TJ, Travis, he's the one also. He's got the side of my truck. And then, of course, my own company, Jones Paint Design. I do it on the side. I'm the one that actually came up with this whole design of the truck. It was originally Chris Hacker's paint scheme that he was going to run at IRP before he switched it to his throwback. And, of course, my grandma, I know she's out there watching. Dale fan. Grandma, I love you. And then my dad, showing up every week, willing to work with me. And then Roberts as well, also another teammate that's willing to work. At the end of the day, man, everyone I'm racing around, I'm just glad to be here.
There you go, buddy. Well said, and congrats again. White Walker out there saying a lot of twos out there. Not kidding whatsoever. All right, moving on up to Enrique Quinones. I get to talk to old Q-Dog one more time. Q, congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. It's good to see somebody that's consistent, able to go ahead and grab a W. Also, just one of the nicer guys that's out here in the turn down for what series. Congratulations, sir.
Yeah, wish it was under better circumstances, but I guess a win's a win. Last thing I want to do is turn Cole and J-Paw, but I guess it is what it is at this point.
Well, okay, so you got the season opening race under your belt. Obviously, like you said, not the way that you wanted it to end. I'm sure you would have appreciated, a Cold Dog Racing CDR top 5 to start off, season number 3 here and turn down for what truck series. But man, if I'm not mistaken, maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. I haven't gotten clarification either way. I believe this season is kind of a win and you're in for the five. I believe it's 5 championship races. I could be wrong about that as well. It might just be 4. But you've got that under your belt, man. You're good to go. You can have a couple bad races. You can miss maybe 1 or 2. We all know that life and family happens. Sometimes you just gotta take care of other things outside of racing. But you're usually pretty consistent. You're usually here. What does this win mean for you personally?
Like if that's the case, that's awesome. Like I said, I'll take it. It's hard to. I mean, I'm happy, Pete, but it's hard to be happy because it's not like I wanted to shoot the middle and have us 3 come across the line all side by side. It's just I feel like I misjudged it. It's. I mean, like I said, I'm happy to win, but I'm not happy to win at the same time. It's just. I don't know.
I get you, buddy. I get you. And just as fast as I said that about the whole winning you're in and all that, I was very, very quickly corrected. This is old school. We're going off of points all the way to the end. So you're going to start off with the points lead going to Auto Club. What do you think about that very, very fast 2-mile track out in California? You ready for it, or you think you might have to spend a little time, even though you've been there many times already in these trucks?
The 2-mile tracks have been an Achilles heel for me. I feel like I'm pretty good on the 1.5 miles, but the bigger tracks like Auto Club and Michigan and even Pocono, I've seemed to struggle and don't know why. But hopefully I can put some more practice in, and I gotta maybe talk to like Zach Meredith or something to see how he does it, how he gets around there or something. But I haven't been able to figure out the bigger tracks.
Well, man, you definitely got Daytona International Raceway figured out. You got this very, very first Turn Down for What iRacing Truck Series race on Roku TV figured out. You are the big winner tonight. Any quick shout-outs, friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, shout out to I got to shout out Cole and Josh Arnold there. My teammates, like I said, wish we were all across the line together there. Shout out to Kyle Tubb, he was also there running with us, and then Byron for giving me that push off the corner. Like I said, I saw J-Paw and Cole kind of get side by side, and me and Byron had a huge run, and I thought there was enough room for me to shoot middle and just clip Cole. But a shout out to that crew that was running there that last run. That was pretty fun.
There you go.
And shout out to you, Pete, man. I forgot. Man, it's been a while since I got to talk to you.
Right.
Shout out to you, man.
Man, it's great to be home and have the band back together again, man.
Yes, sir.
There we go. All right, guys and gals out there, I definitely appreciate it. I want to thank everybody one more time for coming out, hanging out, chatting it up, keeping me and all of y'all company at the same time. Big appreciation to White Walker, to Stan the iRacer, to everybody else that cheered some bits and chatted y'all's way through this 100-lap race at Daytona. But week number 1 for the Turn Down for What iRacing Truck Series is in the books. Again, on to Auto Club next Sunday night. Same bat time, same bat channel. Be there or be square. Might as well bring up all these old sayings at the same time. And we will see you then. Again, whether it's on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or the brand new Sim Racing channel on Roku TV. Thank you, and yeah, have a great night. Later.